Read a natal chart or your natal chart or anyone's natal chart for that matter, as long as you have it. So if you have gone to Astro Geeks and you have your chart and it looks like this, let me kind of break down what you're looking at. So firstly, your birth information or your sensitive information will be up here. I just made this one up because it's my best friend. And then we have kind of this chart right here that shows you the glyphs, is what they call them, or the symbols of each of the planets, so that you can find them over here, and then their name, right? And then it actually gives you where in the chart that particular planet is. So this one's at 5. CAN is Cancer. And then the 37, 23, these are more like precise numbers. You don't have to worry about these. Really, it's the first number and then the sign is the helpful information. Down here is actually information on how to figure out your houses. So the houses, you know what, let's break that up a little bit even more. So you've got your signs and on the chart. So when you look on the chart, you've got the symbols of, or the glyphs of the planets. And then you have the signs around the outside. If you want to know what symbol each of these signs are, go to, we have a PDF in Astro Geeks, and you can download that PDF, and it'll give you what all of the symbols of the signs, what each of them are. So if you were to go to the sun, you'd see that it was 5 degrees Cancer. So if you found that sun sign, that is the sign of Cancer. So that is another like roundabout way of figuring it out. But the houses are these spokes. And so these little pie pieces are how you, or the different areas of your life. And we actually have another PDF in the Astro Geeks area that breaks down each of the houses. So the first house is this whole area pie piece. However, the top, the first of the spoke is what we call the ruler of the first house. So this one's going to be the first house, and even though all of this area goes, once it hits this line, this is now the second house. And all of this area is the second house, and once it breaks in, or once it hits this next line, then it is the third house. So to figure out where this like first house starts, the ascendant, AC, you can see the AC is at 26 degrees. So let's go back to high school geometry. High school geometry, if you have a circle, if you remember, is 360 degrees. And 360 degrees is broken down into 12 parts, being 30 degrees. So each sign is actually 30 degrees. And interestingly, the degrees go from 0 to 29, and not necessarily 1 to 30, but there is 30 degrees in each sign. So if you're looking for the first house and where that is, it's at 26 degrees. You can see that it shows it here. It shows the angles right on the chart. So 26 degrees is the first house. 26 degrees Aquarius is the 7th house ruler. And then the 10th house is at 23. You can see 23 degrees Taurus. And the 4th house ruler this is Scorpio, 23 degrees Scorpio. So if you want to know, okay, what's the second house, that's when you go over to this chart, and the little 2 is 21. 21 degrees Virgo is what it's saying. So this is 21 degrees Virgo. And the interesting thing is it will tell you the second house, but right across from it is the 8th house, and that's how you know what the 8th house is, even though it doesn't tell you the 8th house, but you can see that they're exactly opposite. So it's going to be 21 degrees just on the opposite end in Pisces. Okay, I really hope that made sense to you. Listen to it again, just as a recap. This is your chart. And so if you're wanting to know where a specific because we with work with the moon, it's the new moon and the full moon. So if you're wanting to know where a specific moon is lighting up your chart, let's say, for example, earlier this year or in 2024, we had a big total eclipse at 19 degrees Aries. And so you can look at the PDF for the symbols and find Aries. This little guy here, it looks like a ram. This is the symbol of Aries. So we know it's going to be somewhere in here. Now, this, again, if you remember that it's 30 degrees, we've got it ticked by 5 markers. So this is going to be 5 degrees Aries, 10 degrees Aries, 15 degrees Aries, and this one's going to be 20. And so we know that that moon happened at 19 degrees. So it's barely before that 20 tick mark. And so it's going to be right here in the 8th house. However, it's really close to that 9th house line. So let's go over and see where the 9th house is. Okay, we don't have the 9th house, but the opposite of 9 is 3. So we're going to look at the 3. Okay, it's at 21 degrees. 21 degrees. So 21 degrees is, right, we're at 19 degrees for Aries for that big eclipse energy. And the 9th house is at 21 degrees, which is actually really close. So you could say that it is, I would look at both the 8th house, what's lighting up the 8th house, and how that is affecting your 8th house. So go look at the PDF with the houses. 8th house is all about transformation. It's about death and rebirth energy. And holy moly, that eclipse, if you had stuff going on in your 8th house, you probably experienced a lot of endings and new beginnings with that eclipse energy. Now, because it's so close to the 9th, I'd also read what the 9th house has to say, and that is like higher education. That's philosophy. That's belief systems. And so maybe it was activating specific belief systems that was ready to be let go of, or it was bringing to the surface maybe limiting beliefs or things like that. So that's what's so nice about understanding how to read your chart. I can give you another example. We had the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction happen at 22 degrees. Oh, these are all cuspy. It's at 22 degrees Taurus. And so this is the sign of Taurus. So if we go 5, 10, 15, 20, and it's at 22, we can see right here, this cusp line is 23 degrees. So we can see that this is happening barely in the 9th house, almost into the 10th house. So again, read that, like what 9th house energy is and 10th house energy. But if you're looking at any given like new moon or full moon, we always give you the degrees. So let's say it happens to be a Leo full moon at 5 degrees. So we go over here. This is the sign of Leo. And 5 degrees is right here. So it's happening in the 12th house. Well, the 12th house is all about the unconscious and spirituality and things that confine us. And so it can get, we'll give you, and that's what's so great is we'll give you some information about the houses, and then within your workbook, you'll be able to really kind of hone in what is being activated for you as you answer questions and kind of pull things together for you as you feel into the energy of the moon. So hope that was helpful. Please email us or message us or communicate with us in any capacity if this was too confusing. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and we are so happy to answer anything. Thank you so much.